everyone, welcome to my channel and to this new episode. I'm so excited to see these banana leaves. We get to see a lot of them, a lot of banana leaves in India, but in US I don't see them often, so I really like this place, so I'm just sitting right under them. So in today's episode, I want to talk about the beauty and magic of changing our mindset from I can't do this to how can I make this happen? So, how many times in life we have started dreaming of something like a goal or ambition or whatever, and then we have immediately killed it, thinking, no, we cannot do this for so and so reasons. We all fall into this trap of, I cannot do this. I have fell in it in the past, but I have had a couple of experiences that changed the outcome of the goals and the ambitions that I had, and I want to share it with you today by just giving a couple of simple examples, and you see if it can help you in any way in changing this perspective. Again, at the end of the day, this vlog is not to influence anybody. Here in this channel, I'm here to raise some important questions that we can ask ourselves. But again, the questions can come from me, but the answer should always come from within you, and that will be the most honest and truthful answer. So let's talk about this topic today in this episode and see what you can get out of all of this. The first one is my experience on the Pacific Crest Trail, which I hiked in 2019. For those of you who do not know what Pacific Crest Trail is, it's a through hiking, like it's 2,600 miles long hike that starts from Mexico to Canadian border. You can either start hiking from Mexico or from Canada. So I want to share this experience of how I got to hike this trail and the whole experiences of how this idea started in my mind and how I could not do it in the beginning and later I was able to go on the trail. So that's what I want to share, and I'm enjoying this beautiful shade here. Let's change places and maybe I'll just start sharing what I want to tell you. Am I too far? So back in 2019, when I got this urge to hike the Pacific Crest Trail, my mind almost immediately put the dream down because, I was so excited to hike the trail. I was ready to go on it alone. I knew it was a wilderness and there were a lot of animals and all that. I was ready to tackle all those. But still, my mind put the idea down for so and so reasons. Like in 2019, when I was on my work visa, my mind started to think like, okay, you cannot take extended leave for many months to do this hike. Your manager might simply not approve this leave, and my visa stamp was expired even though my visa was valid in US. The visa was expired, and how am I going to pull all this in 3 months time without any planning and such? So my mind was like, no, you can't do this ever and all that stuff, and I let it go. And again in May 2019, this urge came back to me, and it was very strong this time. Like I really wanted to hike the trail, and I don't know, all of a sudden I changed the perspective. I changed my mindset from I can't do this for all these reasons to see, I really want to make this happen. What are the ways to make this happen? The moment I asked that question to myself, a lot of answers, like a lot of opportunities started to pop in my mind. I started researching on what are the ways to make this happen. I started to think. Then almost immediately I went to Google and started searching for some lawyers, online lawyers, to ask them if I will be able to do this hike even while I was on this work visa. And to my surprise, when I set up an appointment with a lawyer, which of course was a very less fee, online lawyers are there, and then the lawyer said, on my work visa, legally I can actually take a few unpaid months of leave, which I didn't know. When my mind was thinking I can't do, it didn't even think of this angle. But when the lawyer told me that it's a possibility that I can, take leave and that's still legal, I was so surprised that how come I even missed this opportunity. And the next step was to go and ask my manager about it. I was in a phase of life where I really wanted to take a break from work, and my friends told me usually in companies, when you go and tell that you want these extended periods of months, companies fire you, which might be the case, really, right? But when I went and asked my manager, she understood, and she was really supportive, and she approved. I mean, just look at it. 4 months back, I was thinking this is not a possibility because maybe my manager will not approve, maybe I can't take leaves. Two, when I started taking actions on those doubts, things started to work out. My leave was approved, and I only had like 1 month before I start hiking on the trail. I went to India almost immediately and got my visa stamped. I my mind was like, what if you don't get the visa on time and all that? But that worked out too. I went to India, came back in 2 weeks, shopped for all the gears, and on July 3rd, 2019, I set my foot on the Pacific Crest Trail. I mean, what are the chances that that could happen? Just 4 months back, I completely neglected the idea. I put down the idea, but once I started changing my thinking of how to make this happen, it actually happened. So that is one experience that I will definitely not forget. And I want to share another experience with you. Wait, I actually have to find another location to talk to you all. So fast forward 4 years from 2019 to 2022, I found myself again on crossroads. I had enough fun being an engineer and I really wanted to be a traveling artist, start my small business and be an entrepreneur. But again, my mind immediately rejected the idea, thinking, no, there are so many things that will not work if I do this, that and all that stuff. But I really wanted this life so badly that I started to shift my mindset from I can't to how can I? I mean, I really wanted this. So I shift my mindset and lot of opportunities started to pop up in my life. I started meeting a lot of people and I used all my achievements to be able to be in a place where I am in 2024. It's been a few months since I quit my job and I've been making art and trying to learn my business. And it's really, really a beautiful and fulfilling journey so far. And all this couldn't have happened if I simply in 2022 thought this will not happen. If I would have just rejected this idea, I might not have been able to follow what my heart wants to follow. I mean, there can be various reasons of why I couldn't have left that and come here. It's not like I come from a rich family or something, but whatever money I saved little by little, I used it for something that I really care about and dream about. And if you have seen my previous video, you would have gotten a full picture. But again, I'm very, very happy on where I am, very grateful for the life I get to live. And I'm a person who always follows my heart, and again, not impulsively, because sometimes heart itself can give you some impulsive urges. So you should always think it through and and reassess the situation and follow your heart. I mean, that is what I always say. Do what you love. And my brother always says this too. So do what you love. So what is the power of how can I? The secret actually lies in your mindset, the conversation you have within yourself. If you start thinking like I cannot, then almost immediately you will close all the doors, all the solutions to solve these problems. But the moment you start asking how can I, then you will almost immediately be able to see a lot of ways to make things happen, lot of possibilities, lot of resourcefulness opens up, lots of opportunities open up. And now this does not mean everything will almost always fall in place. There will always be doubts, fears, confusions. But you know, when you start thinking, how can I, you will almost start to take empowering actions. And by taking those actions, the probability of achieving your goals and ambitions is quite high. And it's simply a place, you move from a place of limitation to the place of abundance, resourcefulness, and positivity. I mean, just take a simple example, right? Let's take Google as an example, and let's just randomly bring in some country, say Iceland. You know, if you go and type, is Iceland the safest country in the world? Then Google will start giving you blogs on of why Iceland is one of the safest country in the world. But if you ask question like, is Iceland the most dangerous country in the world? Then it will start giving you blogs on why Iceland is the dangerous country in the world. So it's all about the mindset. Change your mindset, start small, stay curious, take action, be positive, and simply enjoy life by changing your mindset from this to that. We are at the end of this video, and I want to summarize by telling that this mind shift is very powerful. But that does not mean just by changing your mind from I can't to how can I, you will achieve all the results. Just by being positive, you will open your mind to a lot of opportunities, but at the end of the day, you need to take action for this thing to work. And taking action creates momentum, and momentum leads to progress. And we need to be very patient during this process. Not that all the answers will come to us instantly. Sometimes it takes time. And when you're ready, the answers almost always come. And I think we all should start feel more grateful and celebrate small successes, small joys, however small they are. And I think that will lead to a very beautiful and positive life. I hope you all enjoyed the stories that I shared with you. It was just some small experiences of my life, and I thought that would be helpful for you in some way. But if you think this approach is not appealing to you, then just take what you like, take what sparks joy in you, and leave out the rest. I mean, everybody, all of us have different paths, different approaches, and different adventures, and that's what makes our life so incredible to live, right? But anyway, we are at the end of this video, and if you really like this video, then subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends and family, and I will see you all in the next episode. Until then, it's bye-bye from Divya.